All aboard your tech and games caboose. We have Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which was announced, and we get to see a trailer and some other features and pre-orders, as well as we get to see some Space Junkies beta and some T-Mobile home internet may be coming. So let's start off with Bloodlines 2. So the original game looks like it came out quite a while ago, and now we're getting to see some cool new rendered footage, not actually a gameplay, but it looks pretty intense. So if you've always wanted to be a vampire, then now is your chance, because Masquerade is giving you some cool tools like this force pull, as well as some good old melee combat and everything going on there, and your good old blood with faction wars and the vampire politics and some bat moves and special abilities and some good character choices and everything going on. You can pick your faction, it looks like, and some other good blood fun could be going on here as well. So pretty intense trailer. Check it out. It's a 2-minute little rendered trailer basically. And then we get to see pre-orders. It's coming for $60. It looks like it's on Steam, and there was mentions of also on the Epic Games Store. And there is a couple different pre-order options and some bonuses going on, and this is coming 2020 Q1, and on Steam I think it says April, but we'll have to see when the actual announcement comes out for the specific date. But there's a couple little story things. The original designer is doing, from the original one, is doing Bloodlines 2 as well, so you're gonna get good original story going on. And so for $60 you can get the pre-order, which will get you the pre-order pack, some soundtracks and a weapon skin and pistol skin. And then if you upgrade to the other two models, which is $70, so another $10, you will get the extra blood pack and 24-hour early access. So you get some different in-game art books, some extra skins, and a couple other cool things. And then for another $20, for a total of $90, you'll get the extra season pass, which is story pack 1 and 2 plus an expansion. So they already have other content lined up and are ready to go, or ready to start working on. We'll have to see how far that goes, but Blood Moon is the premium edition for $90, so you'll get some extra content there and a lot of good stuff going on here. And then here, April 2020, so Q1 sometime it looks like they're going for. So Bloodline 2 Vampire, and good factions and the good old politics going on, what everyone's wanted to relive, a fantasy of being a vampire. It's pretty bloody. So that is there. And then other little mention for Bloodlines 2 is NVIDIA did a little post mentioning that real-time ray tracing effects as well as DLSS technologies will be coming to this title. So you'll get some good lighting effects with these shadows and everything. So that could be, this is one of the games that you'll usually want something like that on. Some more story content, a little bit of fighting going on, but it's not quite like a Battlefield where you need that extra performance, and you'll probably not use ray tracing if you're in multiplayer, but the options there. And then DLSS, which will give you better performance through the deep learning super sampling, which is hit or miss in some games, but that is going to be there for people who want it. And that is your vampire news for today. And then we get some open beta Space Junkies. This is a space VR shooter game. It has a couple different PvP modes, but there is an open beta from yesterday the 21st until the 24th. So you'll be able to shoot each other in space, different space areas you can go out and float around, as well as, looks like inside some spaceships there's going to be some battle and everything going on there too. And looks like a pretty intense virtual reality shooter combat. We'll see how space goes, how the movement works and everything there. You can jump in and play the beta. A couple of mixed reviews, 70%. A couple people had issues with some of the I think controller options maybe, so hopefully on launch there'll be a patch to fix some of these and some other small little issues. But it looks pretty interesting, and you can check out the open beta to see if you have issues right now anyway. So go jump into some VR shooting goodness, and a couple different PvP modes: team deathmatch, free-for-all, duel, king mode, 1v1 and 2v2. So small size PvP matches, but pretty interesting, and it's free for the open beta, and it launches on the 26th. I'm not 100% sure on the price for that, but jump into the free open beta. So space VR fun is pretty good. And next up we have some T-Mobile news. Pretty interesting. It's a little bit of a limited rollout, but they're going to begin limited home internet pilot. So home internet is going to be coming, and looks like by the end of the year they're targeting 50,000 homes in rural and underserved areas. So this is a small percentage of the US households, but it's coming, and the price for this is going to be $50 with auto pay, or another $5 without. If you're selected to be invited, you have to be a T-Mobile customer already, I believe, as well, and other little extra things, but it's invite only. And then it's going to also be 50 megabits per second. So that is pretty medium sized, not quite the fastest. You can get like 1 gigabyte in some areas, but that's not in rural and other places. But no data caps is good. And a quick small mention that's noted: during congestions, home internet customers may notice speeds lower than other customers due to data prioritization. So just a small little mention there if you're into this and you're comparing options. But if you want to save some money, which is estimated at $8 per month for wired in-home broadband services, other services, you'll save some money and could save up to $13.65 billion with it, which is all customers, but that's beside the point. And one last little mention about this tech topic is that if T-Mobile pending merger with Sprint is approved, with the added scale and capacity of the new T-Mobile, the Un-carrier plans to do more than half of US households with 5G broadband services in excess of 100 megabits per second by 2024. So a little plug there for their merger to go through, hopefully, for them, and we'll see how that impacts others if it does, but it could be pretty good. It could be pretty interesting. Plus home internet from T-Mobile, another option out there that is pretty good. And with that, we have Mark saying Bloodlines was one of the best games ever. I'm super excited. So it looks like you want to live that fantasy of being a vampire, which is pretty dark and bloody and gruesome. So you'll be checking that out, I guess, on 2020 Q1 sometime. And with that, we will have another episode tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific with some more tech and game news. And we will be signing out. Pew, 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 pew.